Okay, so this is a 2-minute skill, not necessarily a skill but a kind of essential action to do, especially if you're using any kind of mechanical or electronic means. You need to be able to service and maybe not repair but at least maintain your equipment in a working state. So I'm going to do both of my sewing machines. I only use the other one. This one stays under the shelf most of the time, but best to get them both done and ready to go, and that way you've got an alternate to go with if the other one decides to break down again. So there are basically 3 things to think about when doing servicing. First, read your manual. I got this one second hand, I've got the other one second hand as well, and neither of them came with manuals, but by the power of the internet you can download it and that will tell you where you need to be oiling, where you need to be looking in particular. Second, be logical. Gradually work through the different parts of your machine, take them off in turn, check them, clean them, and then put them back so you're working in sections so you don't end up with a whole pile of bits. And do it often. I haven't done these in the last year, but I try and do them every 6 months or so, so that they've got they're at least protected. So I haven't done this one in a good couple of years because it's stayed under the shelf. So I've read back through the manual, and there's only kind of 2 or 3 places it suggests that you look, but I'll look at everything anyway. First thing first, if you've got a presser foot, these are all pretty much a standard connection. Again, it depends on your model. So make sure that the connections are all safe. Most of these are moulded, so there's no real concern about that. The older ones have probably got a might have a built or a replaced plug, so make sure that's in good order and there's no kind of bare wires or anything, no cracks in the plug, and that it's a solid moulded unit. Some of these have got a screw in the back so you can undo the presser foot, but if not, the only way you can test it is by plugging it in and using it. So make sure you use your equipment on a regular basis. As this one goes away a lot of the time, it normally has an elastic band around it, but again, if it's being put away, the elastic will perish and it will just get all tangled. So for the minute I'm going to put it to one side. I'll actually tie it with a ribbon when it comes to putting things away. Anyway, so get your tools together. I've got a paintbrush for moving large amounts of stuff out of the way. You could by all means use a hoover or a can of compressed air, but I find if you're blowing things out with compressed air you don't know what you're blowing on where, so I'd rather kind of pull it out instead. I've also got a screwdriver with different heads because there are many and various on here, although it does come with a single flat blade thing, a smaller brush, and I've got a skewer here for digging out things from tight holes. Don't go prospecting if you don't have to, so you might do more damage than good. I've got some surface wipes here which I won't use on the metal, but I'll certainly use on the plastic to make sure that's clean. And this one came with various presser feet and some oil, but either it was never used or it spilled, so there is no oil in the container. Luckily eBay has lots, so that always comes in handy. Okay. First things first, make sure it's unplugged. Don't be an idiot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the needle here because I don't want to be accidentally hurting myself. And if you've got a small pot or tray to put things in, then do. That way they won't get lost. And basically it's a case of gradually work through things, seeing how they work, if they're moving correctly, and everything else. My manual says to adjust everything but then return it all back to its current position, so it seems a bit odd. So that, I'm not even sure what that is. That's not mentioned in the manual, which is fun. So now we've got in here the bobbin holder. This always collects dust, so remove your little bobbin thing, and that you can give a quick whiz round. I'm going to crack out the oil here. So I wouldn't normally oil this, but because this one's going away, make sure everything is lubricated so it doesn't start to rust or anything whilst it's in storage. Really? Okay. So only use proper sewing machine oil. If you use anything else and it goes wrong, that's entirely up to you. So I'm just going to put a wee dab just basically underneath where this flap and hinge is. I haven't got a macro camera, so I can't show you that. Just dabbing that on and then moving it a couple of times just to help work in. It's going to become greasy, but that's kind of part of the course really. So, use my camera. Putting that to one side for a minute. And now in here, I don't know how well you can see, I've got two little arms that hold in this mechanism, so that needs to come out. Because the major place this needs oiling is in here. Come on. Okay, this is where the different heads come in handy. That one's slightly bigger. If you need to, make a note of where the screws belong. If not, you can try and keep them with their teeth, so it's all contained together and goes back in together. Okay, so I've basically gone through all the parts that I can get opened and cleaned out any dust or grime that's on there. Now it's giving all the outside a wipe over and the table. For whatever reason, this gets more dirty than the machine does. So, there were also some stickers or something on here at some point from a previous owner, and that's left a sticky residue that seems to be coming off. Okay, so I've pretty much done all that needs to be done on here. So now I'm just going to wipe it down with some tissue to take off any excess water that was on the clean wipes and things, and then it goes away until the other one blows up, or I need to start teaching sewing again, which might actually come quite soon, hopefully. So, just to recap, 3 rules of servicing a sewing machine. First, read your manual. That will tell you everything you need to know about your particular model, any particular places that need to be oiled, and how to get into them, and also places to avoid. Under the bottom here I've got the motor. I just went in and dusted around that. I didn't do anything with the wipes or anything like that because you don't want anything wet on the motor. Go slowly and be logical about where you're opening up. Open up one section at a time and just do that bit and then close it, and keep all the pieces neatly on the tabletop or in a tray, and keep track of when you've done it. When I put this away, I'm going to put a note in my calendar just saying that this one was serviced today, so I've got some idea about when it needs to be serviced again, or when I should really use it, because these machines are made to be used, and if you leave them in storage for too long, they're going to start to go a bit funny. So yeah, that is 3 minutes, or maybe a touch more, on how to service a sewing machine. So I'll see you next week.